Hi, it's Israel Mutua and I'm here to teach you about C programming language, the basics. Because everybody wants to start using C and they think it's hard, but for me, I found it interesting and I found it so easy than most of the programming languages. So what you have to do is just concentrate, have a positive attitude. Um, the rest will just flow. So we'll start by some minor definitions. And if you studied computer at high school, you realize that this is just a flow because it's just repetition. Uh, the new concepts will just be about coding. So, like for example, C is a low-level programming language. That's a fact. For people who learn computer, they know that there are three categories: low level, medium, high. And for the high, it's languages like Python that have been classified on a high level programming languages. So C is a low level programming language and it must be compiled. And when we talk about being compiled, there are some terms here that you need to look at so you'll know what's a compiler and source code, object code. You need to look at those terms to make this journey quite easy. And for your document to run, like for example, most of you know you have done HTML. For an HTML document to run, there must be that .html extension. For CSS style sheet work, there must be .css. For JavaScript, there must be .js. So for C, you must use the .c extension for it to run. Yeah. So there are some rules that you need to know before you start learning C. C is case sensitive, so you cannot combine both uppercase and lowercase characters and you expect your program to run. It will, it will, it will display an error. Variable names can consist of underscores, special characters. That's so easy. A variable name should not begin with a digit. Yeah, you cannot name a variable, for example, 9 Israel. No, but you can name it as Israel 9 because 9 is an integer and you cannot. So for example, let's say you are using the data type integer and you say integer 9, so you'll be defining that integer, not the variable name. And always terminate the statements using semicolons. Semicolons is a must in C. Unlike Python, I don't think we use semicolons. I never use a keyword as a variable name or an identifier. The keywords are also the ones which are called reserved names. The common errors I've encountered using C is forgetting the ampersand after when I want to use the scanf function and I've already hidden my identifier, and after that comma it's prone that you'll forget the ampersand. So look at that. Forgetting semicolons, that's a common one among programmers who are using C. And forgetting one bracket, for example, when you're using the if function and it's long, you might forget a bracket. Let's start with this simple program. I'll not teach you about that program that they usually teach about printf, hello world. That's quite easy, and you can teach yourself that one. So I'll teach you about a program that prompts a user to enter a value and the program output the value. So as you can see, we'll start with hash include, and as you can notice from my program, I'm using only lowercase for the keywords and the key terms. So hashtag include standard input and output dot header, and the main defines the entire body of your program. And you open the curly braces, and the data type is integer, and the variable name is x. So for printf function, it will it will take the data from the user. So input the value of x. Scanf is the storage. So this percentage d is the identifier of integer. And as you can see, ampersand x, it 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 tells the program to store the value of x in a memory called x. And finally, printf function, the value of x is equal to percentage d, that's the identifier, comma x. So it will take the data from the memory called x, return 0. So type this program and run it, and it will run. So as you can see, I've used a multi-line comment but I'm supposed to use a single line because this is a single line comment. So multi-line is used for many lines, not just one line, to write a comment about many lines. And you all know what a comment is. A comment is just the that little thing that you know. So, and there is a single line comment, use two strokes, standard input and output dot header. You read their printf function, that's our print function, scan function, integer. So I think here I'm done. So what you'll do, you'll read more on data types, identifier, escape sequences, the keywords, the basic functions, and next we are going to learn about the loops in C. Because the C is a very simple language, and I want to teach you the basics so that you'll just have a concept of C. So you can, so when using C there are different compilers, but as for me I'm using the dev C++ or Empacadero, and you can also use code blocks. Yeah. So until next time, it's bye from this side.